Football from Bob Stewart Field at Mustang Stadium. Joining me tonight is Taylor Swanson, Dean at Chippewa Middle School. We just got this stream up and running in the rain. We think we may have fried our soundboard, but we're using the internal microphone in our computer to bring you Mounds View Mustang Football, first round of the 6A playoffs. Mounds View tonight hosts the Burnsville Blaze, and we are about ready for the kickoff.
And here we are, Mounds View is going to kick off first, and the Burnsville Blaze back to receive. And it's a real pooch kick by the Mustangs, but recovered and landed on by the Blaze. Nice recovery there.
There's a bit of rain coming down here tonight. Probably the reason you are choosing to be at home to watch this instead of coming out to the stadium. Very small crowd here on both sides for both teams, despite the fact that there was a lot of enthusiasm for tonight's game, certainly on the Mustang side. Burnsville comes in having won two really important games in their season. They beat both Maple Grove and Minnetonka. They're a very solid team and will prove to be a solid challenge for this Mustang team, who also has some pretty impressive victories on the season.
And here we are, our Blaze team lining up here under center. And a Blaze team that is 4-4 on the season, putting together a pretty nice season. Come right with the handoff up the middle and hit at the line of scrimmage by the Mustangs. And here's our Mustang defense coming off really a great regular season on the defensive side of the ball. And the very first play of the game coming out with a bang.
So Burnsville tonight features number 70, Kai Dixon. He's the son of David Dixon, the former Minnesota Viking. And he is all man at 6'7", 325. He's an offensive lineman for the Blaze. You'll see him here lining up. It is likely he will play both ways. I know Mounds View expects that he will also play from a defensive tackle position.
And the ball is loose, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like we have a possible recovery. We're going to wait for the call. It is going to stay Burnsville football, but we had ourselves an excited Mounds View bench, and really the energy on defense right now, Rob, is just phenomenal for the start here. It's great to see in the playoffs, but we knew Molberg would have his guys fired up.
No question about it. So a 3rd and 11 now from the 32-yard line for Burnsville. All they've done is go 1 yard backward. Check that. It's going to actually be a 3rd and 12 from the 32.
And the Burnsville quarterback, number 9, Sam Bardwell, is going to be receiving the snaps all night tonight. And he comes with an outside handoff by the Blaze. Oh, it hit hard at the line of scrimmage. And it's a large gang tackle. I see Dressel in there. I see the secondary in there. And the Mustangs swarm to the football for the tackle.
So a great first series for the Mounds View Mustang defense. They force a 3 and out with a 4th and 10 play here coming via the punt from Burnsville.
Exactly the kind of start we wanted to see, Rob. I mean, when you enter the playoffs here in high school football, yes, you worry about your seed. You worry about your record as you're going through the year. You want to put yourself in the best position to win. But when playoffs start, it is 0-0. Everyone's on an even playing field, and the Mustangs have a home game tonight. A deep punt by the Blaze, bounces at the 30 with an out of bounds. And the Mustangs are going to have it on about their own 25-yard line with a 1st and 10 ready to go.
The seeding pretty interesting how everything shook out. Mounds View could have been as high as a 2 seed. They have the same record, 5-3, as every other team that was vying for the 2 seed. But unfortunately, Mounds View ends up with a 4 seed. They do ultimately get to host a game, but they draw a tough seed against Burnsville week 1. And if they win, a tough Eden Prairie team. And here's a handoff around the left-hand side. That's going to be stopped at about the 29-yard line.
And that's Sparks with his first carry of the game. He's going to get himself about 4 or 5 yards on the carry.
So the winner of this game plays at Eden Prairie next week. We know that already. Eden Prairie gets the number 1 overall seed with a bye, despite losing to Lakeville North, who went undefeated. North is a 1 seed in the other side of the bracket.
And there's some yellow flags on the field right away. Looks like it's going to be on the defense as the referees are pointing towards the Burnsville side of the field, waiting for the call. And yes, it is. Looks like it's going to be an offsides on the defense and a 5-yard penalty, which is going to set up a 2nd and short for the Mustangs.
Mark Trump will be 2nd down and 1.
And here are the Mustangs under center, I formation. Oh, we have some movement there. Once again on the Burnsville defensive line as they're just moving too early. They're just very jumpy here to start the game as the nerves are kicking in.
And I would venture to guess that part of the early strategy, seeing an undisciplined Burnsville team on film, that they want to go deeper into the cadence and see if they can draw off the defensive linemen, and indeed they've done that twice in a row here, have the Mustangs. So 1st and 10 now from the 39-yard line.
Stenstrom under center, I formation. It's going to be handoff up the middle here. Breaking tackles. There we go. Moving his way down the field. That's Brian Tebbett. Great carry, about 9 yards on the carry.
Coaches earlier today thought we would see Trevor Redmond. They weren't sure what we'd get from Trevor Redmond, but we're hoping he can be a difference maker here on offense. But certainly the Tebbetts and the Cisneros of the world coming over from defense and playing has really worked out well for the Mustangs.
And we do have Redmond here in the back of our I formation. Stenstrom does give him the pitch to the outside. He's got a little block and he cuts it up, and he's going to get the 1st down here on a short gain.
It's really fun to see a senior be able to get back for the playoffs. They were able to play him very sparingly last week. In fact, I think against White Bear Lake, he really only had 1 play on offense. They wanted to keep Trevor Redmond healthy for this playoff run, and he's going to give the Mustangs another 1st down now. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 48.
And you know, I love to see our variety of running backs in the backfield all get touches early on in the first series. We've already seen 3 running backs touch a football. Here's Stenstrom in I formation again. A little 3-step drop, got a slant. Overthrows his man just ahead there of number 4 for the Mustangs.
Colin Hoytia
gets his first target of the night, but it falls incomplete.
Some really dynamic, athletic, offensive players here for the Mustangs. It's fun, finally in the playoffs here, to have our full complement of athletes with Trevor Redmond back. Colin Hoytia had a really good junior season. Of course, you've got Josh Sampson on the other side at wide receiver. He is a dynamic athlete, a state championship hurdler, and now the offense back on the field and ready to roll.
And there's the handoff again. It looks like Redmond's going to get another carry, but he's hit after gaining about 1 yard on the play.
So now, with that incompletion on 1st down and a short gain on 2nd, we're sitting at 3rd and 10. O'Brien checks out, the big tight end for the Mustangs. Joey O'Brien, just a beast in the weight room. We got twins to Stenstrom's right, actually double twins, with Trevor Redmond in motion to the right.
And some more flags on the field. This time it looks like it's going to be on the Mustang offense, and it is. A false start, going to give them a 5-yard penalty on the play.
So double twins with motion, we didn't see a whole lot of that in the season. I wonder how much Coach Elkinen has saved for the playoffs to give a different look and a bit of a wrinkle that the defense could not have prepared for. Mustangs come out here in a totally different formation.
Back under center in I formation. There's another handoff up the middle. Redmond getting a lot of action. Hit right at the line, and he is taken down for no gain. It's going to bring him a 4th and long. You know, really a nice long possession for the Mustangs as they do work their way halfway through the first quarter here. They are going to have to punt the ball away here on a 4th and long about midfield, but going after the run game, attacking with the run game, using the clock, getting some time of possession. I think a pretty nice start for the Mustangs.
Rosendahl back to punt for the Mustangs.
Rosendahl back to punt for the Mustangs. A little bit of pressure, but a nice punt. And it looks like a possible fair catch, but no, it does fall and take a Mustang roll. And it's down to about the 18-yard line.
Inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Burnsville takes over 1st and 10.
Just checking in on our stream and our sound here.
All right, here's the Mustang defense set and poised, ready to go in our 3-4 defense. Oh, it's a little bit of trip. Barnwell falls in the backfield, but does get the handoff, and the running back for the Blaze bounces it to the outside. He ended up with about a 5-yard gain, and he really made something out of nothing there, Rob. As I saw Barnwell, it looks like he tripped at the center, maybe stepped on his foot when he took the snap. I have seen that before, but they turned it into a 5-yard gain.
That's their most productive play of the evening.
Second down and 5.
Rain coming down a little bit harder now. Second down and 5 from the 24 for the Blaze.
Ben Kettlehood out here at corner. He's going to hold contain. He comes up for the tackle, just misses it, but then taken down by the Mustangs after about a 6-yard gain.
Markel Brooks on the right side. About 28-yard line. Third down and 1. Mafia and Tebbett making the tackle.
Drew Machia and Tebbett in on the tackle on the last play.
Third and 1.
And already under 5 minutes here in the first quarter to give you a time update. A fairly slow-moving back-and-forth game here. And the Blaze are under center. Handoff, and it's a pitch, outside pitch for the Blaze. Cut up by the running back, and he's going to get himself a first down there.
So Burnsville driving a little bit
Brooks takes the
more successful here, certainly than they did the first drive.
left tackle.
They're going to have a 1st and 10.
It's a first down for the Blaze.
That tackle by Brian Tebbett. Playing both ways again this evening is Tebbett.
Another outside handoff for the Blaze. And hit in the backfield by the Mustangs. This one's going to be for a 1-yard loss. Great job here on first down to set the tone. It's going to set up a 2nd and 11 for the Blaze. Burnsville sticking to the outside handoffs play after play here early on in the game.
It'll be second down and 12.
Burnsville now in an offset backfield, 1 man in motion, and it looks like, yep, there's a dive right up the middle for about a 3-yard gain.
Zach Andreessen, the ball carrier.
We are
About 3 on the play. It'll be third
trying
down
to
and 9.
guarantee that we don't fry our computer here. The rain is coming down a little bit harder, and this computer is like my pride and joy. So let's see if we can get through this game and bring you Mounds View Mustang football without any...
Here we are on 3rd and 9, and it's a quarterback keep, and it's sacked in the backfield as Dressel's in there. Great play. He read the fake handoff, stuck with his man, the quarterback, to hold his contain, and came down with the sack. Great work.
Chase Dressel brings him down. It's fourth down.
A 4th and extra long here for the Blaze. They're going to have to come back and punt the ball away from about their own 20-yard line. Snap is back, and a short punt here from the Blaze as it goes to the sideline and then takes a Mounds View bounce up and out of bounds, and the Mustangs are going to have their ball already in Blaze territory.
43-yard line.
And in this type of weather, I can already predict right now how field position is going to be a factor. And with the Mustangs starting on this side of the field, can hopefully take advantage of this as we get here with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Allow us a moment to pause here on the commentary as we get the computer situated a little bit better for the rain.
Stenstrom with a hand up the middle. hit right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
No gain on the play.
But Cody Beaton with his first carry of the game. Great to see him out there tonight. Now our fourth running back to touch the football.
One of the best things this coaching staff does is play a wide variety of players that are always fresh. They're always thinking about personnel and who strategically should be in at different moments. And here's a short drop and a pass that actually hits the defender in the helmet. Wojciech not quite ready for that one as it was delivered quickly. That's going to be incomplete and give the Mustangs a quick third down from their own 43.
I can see how the weather in the rain as it's picking up is starting to be a little bit of a factor in the passing game and on offense here. It's good to see that the Mustangs have come to here on a 3rd and 10. There's a handoff up the middle. Nice gain. Falling forward for about 4 or 5 yards. But that's Nate Farm with the carry. And it is going to pull up a 4th and 5.
Needs about 4 yards.
So the Mustangs do look like they're going to change personnel and punt here. 4th and 7 from the 41. They will play the field position game. Again, in the rain here at Mustang Stadium.
Rosen going back to punt.
Yes, really with the goal here of pinning the Blaze inside the 20, if not inside the 10-yard line. Nice punt. It does bounce, but then goes right into the end zone for a touchback. The Blaze are going to come work their way out here with a 1st and 10.
Into the end zone. That's a touchback. Brought out to the 20-yard line. Burnsville takes over 1st and 2.
Blaze coming back out for their 3rd series of this first quarter. Just a minute remaining here in the first quarter. A 0-0 game. Both teams have had 2 possessions and really have not been able to muster a whole lot of offense here. This is going to be another tackle for loss well behind the line of scrimmage. That stout Mustang defense who all year has done such a good job behind the line of scrimmage does it again.
And that's Rowan Morgan along with a few other linebackers in with the tackle for a loss. Great work.
Mustang defense. Loss of 3 on the play and 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13 from the 17-yard line.
Here's the Mustangs defense. And Blaze drop back. They're looking deep. They got a man on a wheel route. There's some feet that get tangled up. And there's the late flag. It is going to be pass interference on the Mustangs. Tough call. The Blaze wide receiver was taken to the ground, but it looks like their feet did get caught up in each other. We'll see as the referees come out to confirm the call.
Certainly there was contact. It's debatable whether that was incidental contact and should have been called, but it is going to be a 1st down and 10 for Burnsville.
After the march off, the ball is placed at the 32-yard line. 1st down for Burnsville.
And just 19 seconds left here in the first quarter. We're going to have to come to a break. Blaze once again looking deep. Got a man. Well defended as the Mustangs get a hand in there at the last minute. Looks like Kettlehut comes over, gets his hand in there to break up the pass. But back-to-back shots by the Blaze coming out here on their 3rd possession of the game.
Clearly they've decided they don't have much in the run game against this Mustang front 7. So they've gone vertical. Both times they've had a receiver open, but both times the Mountain View defense has had great recovery speed. That time it was Kettlehut with the pass breakup, and it's now going to be 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line for Burnsville.
And now Burnsville under center, one man in motion in the backfield. There's an outside toss. Oh, and the Mustangs way into the backfield and take him down for a 5-yard loss. Incredible job blitzing through the offensive line for the tackle.
Really starting to come down here, folks.
And now we're at the end of the first quarter as you see the players jog off here to the field, side of the field.
0-0. Neither team able to do a whole lot on offense. Mounds View was able to get into their own territory only because of a bad punt from Burnsville. Otherwise, neither team been able to string together much of a drive, a couple first downs for each team. Beyond that, this has been a very evenly fought contest so far here through 12 minutes. Again, my name's Rob Reitz, joined by Taylor Swanson. We are employees of Chippewa Middle School, the middle school that feeds this wonderful Mounds View High School. We have had a great start to our school year. Certainly this Mounds View Mustang football team and high school also have had a great start to their year. It's been a fun season for this Mustang team. They went 5-3, had some really big victories against big programs like St. Michael Albertville and Totino Grace. They also had a major upset in the season, defeating Eastridge. It was enough to get them this home playoff game against Burnsville, who again also did some pretty surprising things, beating both Minnetonka and Maple Grove.
And here's the Blaze. They taking his shotgun. Bardwell rolling to his right, looking downfield. Lots of contact, but ball falls incomplete. And just going back to add on to Rob's comments on, with a record of 5-3, in the league that the Mounds View Mustangs play in the district that they play in, ending the season with a winning record is an incredible accomplishment. And this senior class has a lot to be proud of here, depending on, no matter how the outcome of this game or the following game at Eden Prairie comes out, they've put together a tremendous season. And Moberg is continuing to improve his young men here in this program, and I believe it's his second year, is that correct?
Yes, it is indeed.
Burnsville is back deep for the Mustangs. Cisneros.
Now the Blaze here with a 4th and long, back to punt. Cisneros back to receive for the Mustangs. A little bit of a low snap, but very nice punt by the Blaze. Cisneros catching, calls for the fair catch. Bobbles it, he is hit, but he does come down with it. Very close play there.
Amazing. Bobbles the ball and is still able, as he's being tackled, to secure it. The Mustangs narrowly avoid their first turnover of the evening here. Neither team has turned the football over.
Takes over 1st and 10.
And now once again the field position game balances itself out as the Mustangs are going to have to start on their own 34-yard line here with the 1st and 10. Stenstrom under center with an offset backfield. One wide receiver out to his right. He is going to look for the pass. He's got Sampson over here. Pass caught. 1st down, Mustangs. What a ball. What a throw. Way to go, Stenstrom.
Down about the 41-yard line. Great completion. And a 1st down for the Mustangs.
And here we go with the 1st down for the Mustangs. A referee timeout here.
This is the first time the Mustangs have driven themselves into Burnsville Blaze territory. It's fun to see Stenstrom hit who has been his #1 target this season, Josh Sampson. We've talked a little bit this year about what Sampson brings as an athlete. He's a huge hurdler. He's also was part of that state champion 4x4 meter relay team for the Mustang track and field team last spring. He is a big target, well over 6'4". Stenstrom takes under center.
Sparks with the handoff. He's got some running room, Rob. He's got a block. Great cut. 1st down and more.
That's #2, Jonah Sparks, lighting the fire. Now
Let's go. The Mustangs are rolling now.
Now deep into Blaze territory here, and we are working our way with 11 minutes and counting here in the 3rd quarter. or say second quarter, excuse me. We're just in the second quarter, and it's 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. One man in motion for the Mustangs, and here comes a handoff up the middle, hit at the line by the Blaze, falling forward for about a 2 to 3 yard gain.
Cody Fever gets down about the 26-yard line. About 3-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Bieber runs up the field as a few more subs come in here on a 2nd down and 7 upcoming for the Mustangs. Stenstrom ready to break the huddle. Hoyt out wide here for the Mustangs in an I formation in the backfield. Flag on the field here. We're going to have to wait for the call.
Lots of penalties, pre-snap penalties early in this football game. Couple offside penalties against the Blaze.
Offsides call against the Burnsville team.
And that is going to be the 3rd time
5-yard penalty.
Burnsville has jumped off sides based on the cadence from Cole Stenstrom. 10:36 here as the clock ticks down in the second quarter. 0-0 game. It is 2nd and 2 from the 21.
Oh, Stenstrom comes with the fake handoff, trying to look for the play action, but the Blaze read it from the start, as you will see. Hit deep in the backfield for a huge loss.
Shepley. Drop him there. Officially, it's the 33-yard line.
This is going to bring up what should be a 3rd and long here. Yes, about a 3rd and 14.
3rd down and 14.
Some upset Mounds View fans, you weren't able to see it because the camera work was not good, but Stenstrom looked to be tackled by his helmet and perhaps even his face mask, but it was not called.
Now back under center, 1 man in the backfield. Outside handoff here. A little bit of running room, looks like Redmond, but then he's hit just past the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 4th and long.
It's about 2 yards on the play.
A little bit of a reprieve now, just a light sprinkle coming down here at Mustang Stadium, but the offense has also slowed down. A 4th and 14 after a very promising drive. The Mustangs sort of in no-man territory right now. You don't really want to punt it from here. They did punt from the Burnsville 41-yard line earlier in the first quarter. That went for a touchback. Now it looks like we're going to have a timeout here as Mustangs decide what it is they want to do. 4th and 13 from the Burnsville 32-yard line.
Here's some scores from Class 6A around mostly first quarter scores. Rosemont.
And here we are with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. 0-0.
Buffalo are knotted up 7 apiece.
And a 4th down for the Mustangs as they're trying to decide what to do here. Coach Moberg huddles up his men.
Lizette is up by 2 scores over Centennial, 14-0. And likewise, Maple Grove over White Bear Lake, 14-0.
You should see the water that's collected on our desk here.
And by the way,
to say I'm concerned about my MacBook is maybe an understatement, but I think we're going to make it through. The rain is letting up a little bit. Again, a 0-0 game here. Mustangs have looked extremely tough on defense. Other than that pass interference penalty that was questionable, Burnsville not really able to get a whole lot of yardage. And now the Mustang offense has shown some flashes here. Stenstrom going to be out of the gun on 4th and 13.
Oh, here it is. They did decide to punt, and a little pooch kick to the sideline here. It does take a great Mounds View bounce. And it rolls down here inside the 10-yard line and down at the 5-yard line.
Rolls down and is down at the 5-yard line.
We were just joined by our savior, Ethan Rydberg, student at Chippewa, bringing us an umbrella.
And not just an umbrella, an enormous umbrella here to cover all 3 of us.
I had a bigger one, but I didn't think we needed it.
We'll take it. No microphones tonight, Ethan. Anything you say is live. Go ahead, chime in anytime you want. Hang out with us. We're happy to have you here.
And here, the Burnsville Blaze jog out deep in their own territory here. They're going to be about on their own 5-yard line with the 1st and 10, as we have 8:45 left in the second quarter. In a tight backfield here is very interesting, as you see on camera, as Bardwell is under center with 3 tight members of the backfield, and it is going to be a delay of game. He was not able to get the snap off. There looked like to be a little bit of confusion, but it's going to push him back even closer to their own goal line. They're probably going to have about half distance to the goal here on this penalty.
So it's 1st and 5. It'll be at the 2.5-yard line for the Blaze. This not a good situation. Honestly, probably the best scoring opportunity the Mustangs have had tonight. They are so good at tackles behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see what they're able to do here.
Here it is, an outside handoff. The Blaze with a little bit of room. The ball is loose. It's Mustang football. Let's go. We saw it pop out, recovered right away by the green and black.
Fumble on the play. Moundsy recovers.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Thanks, Ethan.
He's covered by number 19, Rowan Morgan. And let's give a big hand to that Mustang defense.
Love it, love it, love it. Oh, man, we are just fired up and excited after that fumble. And our umbrella that just arrived. Both are very exciting.
8-yard line.
So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line for the Mustangs. The Mounds View student section is jumping up and down. The Mounds View sideline is fired up. Stenstrom about to break the huddle and see if we can turn this into a scoring opportunity here. Any points on the board could take this all the way to the end, Rob. This is a very, very important next 4 downs.
I'd love to see the Mustangs just power the football on the ground into the end zone. Burnsville they just seem so confused once they got inside that 5-yard line. They've now just called a timeout here. 1st and 10, or I should say 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Mustangs. This by far the best scoring opportunity any team has had. We're just about halfway through the second quarter. There's 8 minutes and 41 seconds left until halftime. It's a 0-0 game. Mustangs, again, the 4 seed hosting the Burnsville Blaze on what had been a pretty rainy night. The rain has subsided here momentarily. Looking at the radar prior to the start of tonight's game, it did look like we were going to be wet pretty much throughout the entire duration of the game. And we did think that was going to be to Moundsview's benefit. They are very good at misdirection, at counter plays, and at speed plays around the edge, and that we thought would be to their benefit to have a little bit of a slippery evening and defense not able to make good cutbacks.
And there's a pitch, outside pitch to Farm. He's got some room, breaks 1 tackle, falls forward for, I would say, about a 2-yard gain.
Nate Farm, the ball carrier, he gains 3 on the play.
It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5. I love what they've done with Nate Farm. I love what they've done with Cisneros and Brian Tebbett, getting some defensive players that are dynamic in on offense. It's really made this offense more dynamic to go through some of the adversity with injuries and now be able to play so many different dynamic players in the backfield.
And there's an outside handoff. Redmond's got a little room. Twist, falls forward. Waiting for the call. Touchdown, Mustangs.
That's why you love having Trevor Redmond back. He's so shifty. It doesn't need much of a hole. He sneaks through, and he is good from 5 yards out. That's going to be a 6-0 lead for the Mustangs with about 8 minutes left in the first half.
And yes, as we've seen earlier in the year, Redmond, after scoring, comes right back up for his kicking opportunity. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. Mounds View 7, Burnsville 0.
And it's good.
Nothing like a turnover inside the 10-yard line. Give yourself an opportunity to take an early lead, and more importantly, establish momentum.
Mustangs on the board first, and lead now 7-0 halfway through the second quarter.
All right, we are feeling good now.
We are fired up. Mounds View scored. We're on a roll, and we're staying dry.
Were you listening, Ethan? Did you hear us up here?
Yeah.
Did you?
What do you mean?
Were you streaming the game, or?
No.
You were down there watching?
No, I just got dropped off earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Cool. We're happy to have Ethan Rydberg join us. He's taking care of us. He's wiping up the water on our table and bringing us an umbrella. And with the Mustangs up 7, we are dry, we are warm, and we are winning. That is a powerful combination.
And Ethan Rydberg, just another one of our maybe future dynamic football players and a future Mustangs here, as he's out here supporting the high school team. Mounds View now lined up and poised to kick it off deep to the Blaze. And another pooch kick on the ground, recovered right away, and falling to the ground is the Blaze. They're going to have first and 10 from their own 33.
Why isn't it playing?
Squid kick is down by number 21 Korlewski. Burnsville takes over first and 10 on their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, I bet that was just bumped. The pause was just bumped. So here we go. Let's see how the Blaze respond against this tough Mounds View defense. Inside handoff, hit right at the line. Rowan Morgan, I can tell in there, number 19 right away. Takes him down for the tackle.
Zach Andreessen carries up the middle.
Probably the two favorite memories I have of this season is seeing Rowan Morgan twice just strip and steal the ball away. One time for a touchdown last week against Whiteberry, did it again. Such a fun and dynamic player and a great senior season for number 19.
Another inside handoff, but hit in the backfield again by the Mustangs. Holding their defense after their scoring possession.
Brooks, the ball carrier. He's dropped a yard loss in the play. Chase Dressel making the tackle for the Mustangs.
And that was Chase Dressel in on the tackle. And Bardwell comes over to break the huddle for the Blaze. On what is going to be a 3rd and 12 here in their own territory. Once again, coming with a stacked backfield. Very interesting how they keep coming back with this. And the same handoff, same play. And really, Rob, it looks like it's going to be the same exact result, the tackle for a loss. Mustang defense just swarming.
I love how they stretch that out. The biggest key there is that you maintain leverage and not allow for them to get to the edge. There isn't a cutback. That's what you want, is to not allow them to get to the sideline. If they cut back, they're going to cut back right into the teeth of the defense. And Mounds View Mustangs playing great team defense and great team football here. They're going to force a difficult play here for Burnsville.
Call against Burnsville. The penalty will be declined.
It will be 4th down, a declined penalty, and the Blaze are going to have to punt again, 4th and 12. They are on their own 28-yard line.
Yes, and here are the Blaze ready out here to punt the football away on a 4th and 14. Snap looks pretty good. A lot of pressure. Oh, the punter was hit hard by the Mustangs there. Almost blocked. Looks like we do have a flag on the field, and it's going to be roughing the kicker.
Punt is down, 40. There's a penalty flag down.
So 4th and 13. Does that result in a 1st down automatically for Burnsville?
You know, I'm not sure if it does. I have seen the running into the kicker would just be a 5 yards, and they will replay the down. Roughing.
Against Mustangs.
We're going to have to wait to see how the penalty plays out here.
6:09 here left in the first half. Mounds View took a 7-0 lead after a turnover inside Burnsville's 10-yard line. Mounds View took over at the 8-yard line. 3 plays later, Redmond
15-yard march off.
ran it in from 5 yards out.
43-yard line and a first down.
And that indeed is going to give the Blaze a first down and a big gain now. They're 1st and 10 from the 43.
Wow, huge exchange of events right there. As the roughing the kicker ends up with a long first down, and now the Blades are up around midfield. I formation, play action. He's got 3 receivers downfield. He's got one open, but almost intercepted by number 29, Nate Farm, who ran and played the ball very well.
And a telegraphed pass, and Farm was all over it. Again, really great closing speed and closing technique by this Mustang defense. The receivers look momentarily open, certainly open enough to entice a pass, and then right away,
2nd and 10.
these Mounds View D-backs are closing in on it and almost intercepting.
Open. The lights on in the concession stand, but there's nice candlelight.
Now a 2nd and 10 for the Blaze, coming out in I formation. Bardwell under center. Snaps, and it's a dive right up the middle. Tackle for no gain.
The 3rd and 10. Still at the 43-yard line are the Blaze.
Andreessen carries up the middle.
And you know, the Blaze, the coaching staff must see something that they're going for. They continue to come with very quick, short inside handoffs, one after another. That tend to right now be not effective, but we'll see what the coaches continue to see. Bardwell moves back to shotgun here. 3 wide receivers out wide. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. 3-step drop, quick pass, falls incomplete right away.
Couldn't really get a handle on that ball. Quick 1-step drop. Didn't look like he had a great feel for it. Threw it into the ground. And now, another 4th down punt coming here from the Blaze. Mustangs will take the ball over with 5:26 remaining in the quarter.
And yes, another 4th down as the punter comes out, ready on a 4th and 9. Cisneros looks like back again to return for the Mustangs. Another great punt by the Blaze. Cisneros signals for a fair catch, does catch this one, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, right around their own 20-yard line.
Placed at the 19-yard line, the Mustang offense takes over 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the
more well
quarter.
prepared than we were tonight. Neither Taylor nor I brought an umbrella. We knew the rain. We talked about the rain. Never occurred to us that we might benefit. But our students helping us out as they always do. Let's go Mustangs. 10 from the 19.
Sparks in motion. Handoff for the Mustangs. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Falling forward for just about a 1-yard gain.
Cody Bieber, the ball carrier. About a yard gain on the play.
Bieber with the carry. Of course, he scored last week on a great run against White Bear Lake.
They win against White Bear Lake.
Rob, what was the final in the White Bear Lake game?
21-7.
Us?
We won.
We won, yes. Oh, it looks like too many men in motion right away for the Mustangs. As Mounds, their offense always does a lot of shifting. Shifting the strength on both sides, putting a wide receiver or running back in motion. And really are very consistent with maintaining that, not having too many penalties, but here, too many men in motion.
Drop will be the 2nd 14.
And here's Stenstrom back under center, 1 man in the backfield. It looks like he does go play action twice. He wants the backside post. He's got a man. It is a deep thrown ball. It's Redmond. Gets a hand on it, but it does fall incomplete. I would say well defended. Very well defended by the Blaze.
Pass is intended for Trevor
Really
Redmond.
nice adjustment as the ball was in the air for Trevor Redmond. He really actually ended up having a shot at it despite some really good coverage from Burnsville. Nice to see the Mustangs take a chance deep, take the top off, stretch the defense a little bit. It's now going to be 3rd and 14, though, from their own 15-yard line.
Yes, these 3rd and longs in your own territory bring up a lot of challenges because you do not want to turn the ball over. We come with an inside handoff there. Tackle for really no gain. It's going to be a 4th and long, and I'm assuming the punt team is going to be working their way out.
Beaver up the middle. Small gain on the play. 4th down.
And here comes the Mustang punt team. That was Cody Beaver again with the last carry. He's had the last 2 to 3 carries for the Mustangs.
Rosendahl leading punt for Mauser. That deep is Schulteis for the Blaze.
Snap looks good. The punt does not. A very short punt. At least it's taking a Mustang roll. But the Blaze are going to get the ball on the Mustang 35. Their best field position of the night.
Ball is down at the 35-yard line. Burnsville offense takes over into Mauser territory.
And as field position has led to the first Mustang touchdown, the Blaze here have an opportunity with just 35 yards to go. But Ethan and Rob, I have full confidence in this Mustang defense. What they've shown all year, what they've shown tonight with this weather, they are swarming to the quarterback, swarming in the backfield. I'm excited to see if Moberg gets his boys fired up here.
It is the best opportunity, but they have not shown enough offense to go 35 yards and get into the end zone. Obviously, we haven't seen everything that Burnsville can bring. They're a very solid team that's beaten solid programs. But this Mustang defense has been stout tonight.
Leah Brandt and Sanjana Patani. Team members of the Mauser girls tennis team: Amanda Dio, Katarina.
Not exactly sure what's going on here. They're spotting the ball on the 50-yard line.
Taylor Thompson, Emma Sun, Sarah Tang, Paige Thompson, Leah Brandt.
Waiting for some referee clarification here.
Lindman. Congratulations, Mauser girls tennis team.
Well, that isn't exactly a 15-yard change. My only thought is a late personal foul penalty on the Blaze, or some sort of a block in the back 15-yard penalty for the Blaze.
Penalty against Burnsville, moves the ball back to the midfield.
15-yard penalty. So 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. 3:18 remaining in the half. Mauser leads 7-0.
Bardwell under center for Burnsville. Play action. He's looking at a man downfield. He wants the post route. He's got a man overthrown, incomplete.
So that.
Bardwell's pass attempt.
Nice opportunity there. Burnsville had an open receiver just out of his reach. 2nd down and 10 now. Again from midfield.
And really a good time to take a shot. A quick change of possession there on the short punt. Come out, play action, post route, had a man, but just overthrown. Burnsville now going into shotgun. 2 wide receivers to his right. Low snap, but he does hang on to it. Goes to the pass. He's got a man caught and falling forward for just about a 1st down. Well executed play by Burnsville.
Bardwell's pass is complete to number 2, Hugo.
Not sure if it was Dunnigan or Tebbett. I couldn't quite see the number.
Tackle.
They fronted the receiver. They were just a little bit in front of him, and the ball just went right over him for what ended up being a pretty easy catch for the Blaze. They're going to be 3rd and 1 from the 41.
And there's that quick dive handoff. That is going to be a 1st down for the Blaze.
Up the middle. Down to the 38-yard line on 1st down for Burnsville.
Clock stops with that 1st down. It's going to start back up again. 2:30 remaining here in the half. Burnsville now 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They're not quite back to where they were prior to their 15-yard penalty.
Blaze going to the air, overthrown again as they're continuing to take a few shots here in the second quarter.
Goes deep down the right sideline. Incomplete.
That one nowhere near the intended receiver, but it does stop the
Definitely
clock.
the intended target.
2:16.
Blaze under center, I formation. And a quick handoff inside. Oh, plowing forward for the Blaze. They're going to get 4 or 5 yards on that. There's what they've been looking for all night on that quick handoff.
About a 3-yard gain on the play. Make it 4.
They do have some size up front, does Burnsville. It might just be that they feel like they can bulldog their way for 3-4 yards every time on that dive play. It's probably the play they've called most tonight. 3rd down and 6 now from the 34-yard line. Again, the clock ticking, 1:45 remaining in the half.
And another handoff, but Burnsville's got a little running room. Spins once, spins twice, falling forward. About 4 more yards on the gain.
It's down to the 30-yard line. Dunnigan makes the tackle for the Mustangs. It's 4th down and 2.
So a big play here with 1:19 and the clock ticking. 4th and 2 from the 30 for Burnsville.
Cheer for that Mustang defense.
The crowd's on their feet here for 4th down for the Mustangs. And the Mustang defense flies in there, but Burnsville's got a little running room, spins once, 1st down and more.
All the way up to just about the 20-yard line.
Down to the 21-yard line. Under a minute now.
Clock stops momentarily on the 1st down. We're going to be under a minute here with this snap.
Another handoff. Hitting the backfield there by the Mustangs. It is a little more difficult to see the numbers in these dark jerseys, but we're going to continue to try to bring those to you as often as we can. I know Rowan Morgan was in on that tackle.
Brought down by Drew Macchia.
And Drew Macchia in on that tackle.
So a timeout here with 44 seconds remaining.
44 seconds left in the quarter.
It's been a relatively fast first half, especially in the last week when both teams threw the football a lot more than these teams have done this evening.
Impressive first place showing at their section meet. They scored 21 points.
In all of the chaos to start this game with the rain and the setup and the soundboard flying, do you remember? Did Mousy start with football or did Burnsville?
Lucas Assini second, Finn Sokolowski 4th place, Will Sakay.
Burnsville started with football. We kicked off first.
It will be Mustangs football at the start of the 3rd quarter. It would be phenomenal to keep Burnsville out of the end zone, but certainly to go in tied up would still be a bit of a win for the Mustangs, given both teams have endured some pretty difficult weather, and really neither team has gotten a whole lot going on offense. The Mustangs, the beneficiaries of a turnover inside Burnsville's 10-yard line. They only had to go 8 yards. Trevor Edmonds sneaked in the end zone for a touchdown. And now this time Burnsville starts with a short field on the 50-yard line. They've driven all the way down now. They're on the 20-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Wow, and there's 4 wide receivers to his right as they go to the air. And he's looking for a deep or a short post route and incomplete pass.
It's a pass off headed for Shepley.
That one tipped and could have been picked off. Just a little bit out of reach. Falls to the ground. 3rd and 9 now, again from the 20-yard line. The clock stopped with 40 seconds remaining in the half.
And something to keep in mind as Burnsville just 1 timeout remaining, depending on how often they can go to the run or will need to go to the air. Once again, 4 wide receivers to Bardwell's right as he rolls that way. Passes up, throwing back across the middle. It's intercepted by the Mustangs. And he's got a blocker. It's only lineman in front. He's at the 20 to the 30. He's got to wait for another blocker. He cuts back across the midfield, falls down, and the Mustangs are going to have 26 seconds to make something happen. Ethan Robb, let's get it going.
Let's go, Brian Timmett!
Woo! Man, I knew he had a herd of those blockers in front. I didn't know how far he was going to go. We looks like we do have some yellow on the field here.
Not sure if that is going to be specific to the return. Into triple coverage as we see the replay here on the stream. Yeah, it looks like there might have been a block in the back early on in the return around the 20-yard line.
Oh yeah. Number 34 blocked 80 something.
Penalty on the return. Moundsview will retain possession with that interception by Tevitt.
And the call does come in. It is a block on the return. It's going to push Moundsview all the way back inside their own 20 here, but still in full possession of the football, which is the most important thing of this play.
So the Mustangs will go into halftime with a 7-0 lead. They are winning the turnover battle now. 2 turnovers
Yard line.
for Burnsville, 0 for the Mustangs. That the difference in the game thus far. 26 seconds remaining. The Mustangs likely just to kneel this one down.
And they are in their victory formation. Stenstrom takes the knee, and that's going to take us all the way to the half as the Mustangs are going to try to run themselves to the locker room, warm up, re-game plan. It is Moundsview 7, Burnsville Blaze 0 as we enter the halftime.
Can you hold this?
And that brings a close to the first half of action here at Mustang Stadium with the halftime score. Moundsview 7, Burnsville 0. For your halftime entertainment, performance by the fall performance team, followed by special recognition to the Moundsview senior. For your halftime entertainment tonight, we have the Moundsview Performance Team, led by seniors Dina, Brooke, McKenna, Marissa, Jocelyn, Mackenzie, Taylor, Emma, and Sarah. They'll be dancing tonight to Drop It Like a Mustang. Let's hear it for the fall performance team.
I don't want to cover up the plate. For anything at the Central Stand? Oh, I'm good.
You know, in the second half, I think we should keep an eye on how much water is getting in there. I mean, I think we're good.
I do too.
But I mean, there's no reason why we can't just pull it inside or call it if the game gets going and the thing's getting wet.
Let's hear it for the Mountain View Performance Team. Thank you, ladies.
Tucker's gonna kill me if that camera's jammed.
Direct your attention now to the 50-yard line as Mountain View Activities Director Jim Galvin escorts Mountain View senior Julia Pixon.
Oh, look at this.
What a year she's had.
Oh, just my
in her junior and her junior year at Mountain View. And it started back in the winter when she became an All-American in the pole vault. She competed at the New Balance Indoor Nationals and was runner-up in the national meet. Then she set a Hamlin Elite Meet record in the pole vault of 13 feet 2 inches back in April. Then she was the conference champion in the pole vault, followed by, she also made all conference, by the way, in the high jump and the 4x1 relay. And she was the section champ in both the pole vault and the high jump. She went on to compete at the state meet at Hamlin University and set a new state meet record at that time, 13.9 1/4. She also took third in the high jump at 5 feet 7.
He's filming.
Then
Next
she competed at the Junior Outdoor Championships and pole vaulted, took second, 13 feet 11 1/4, which, because she was still a student, is the all-time Minnesota state record in the pole vault, 13 feet 11 1/4 inches. She then qualified and was competing for the United States ATF Miss. She competed in Finland, in Helsinki, Finland, for the United States in the Under-20 World Championships, where she placed 7th place with a mark of 13.9 1/4. She was Track and Field News 2018 All-American Team, ranked number 1 for the pole vault, and this is the first time ever for someone from Minnesota. Let's give it up for Julia Pixon. Thank you to her parents, Jim and Laura Pixon, and her pole vault coaches here at Mountain View, Matt and Esther Flagel. Thank you, Julia, and good luck in this upcoming season.
I do. He's a great dude. Super humble guy. I do wish we could get this to just hold there. We're still live, right? But you can hear us right now. The mic's pretty good. So
Yeah, you know, a few years from now, we might have some just a built-in pop-up tent.
did you get a chance to go? Especially after busy vacay.
Oh,
It's different traveling with busy.
Vietnam, and it's different. You get a great trip.
How'd you go on the plane? That's a long flight.
It's okay. It's like the
We had a 3.5 hour flight where me and cried the entire time. And one woman after the end of the flight was so gracious and sweet, just acknowledging how part of the flight that was, how hard we worked, but there's sometimes you just can't do a thing. She and stuff. She needed to go to sleep. She couldn't sleep.
Yeah, you feel so helping people around you. Sometimes there's other toddlers that were walking around the aisle with their
Was it a bigger plane? Did you have aisles on both sides?
No, one in the middle.
Oh my gosh, really?
It was either it was a long plane, bathrooms in the middle, bathrooms in the back, and in the middle of the first one. And I was really all the way back. And then I sat by the middle of the bathroom. Just awesome. Were you at Gandhi?